Okay guys, today we're going to talk about the S&P 500. And to those of you who don't know what it is, it's the top 500 companies in the US and the average return on investment, which is around 10%. Okay, it's a little bit lower, but we're just going to go with 10%. Okay, and then I want to compare it to the S&P, because if you have a little faith in yourself, you can actually make a lot more money. So let me just get straight into it and write down a couple of examples. In this example, let's just call him Timmy. He has $10,000, and this is exactly the same, just an alternate universe where he does the right decision. Timmy, he saves around $500 per month, which leaves him at around $6,000. Okay? So that's 16,000 total that he wants to put in the S&P, and that will give him around 1,600 extra. All right, so he will have total of $17,600. All right, it'll be a little bit less because obviously he doesn't have $6,000 in the start of the 12 months, which will give him 10%. So it'll be a little bit less, but let's just call it 17,600. In this example over here, Timmy does something different. He wants to invest his 10,000 in something that can give him some cash flow. So what does he do? He buys an apartment. Let's say he buys an apartment at a 5% down payment. 5% down payment. That is an apartment that is $200,000 that he now has in his possession. I have earned $3,000 a month on some good summer months, obviously not every month, but I've earned $3,000 in an apartment that is 3 times cheaper than this one. Okay? So that's around $66,000, which I've earned $3,000 on. But you know what? Just to get the point across, let's say he only makes $2,000 on a place that is 3 times more expensive than what I've made, where I made $3,000. So he makes 50% less and he pays 200% more, okay? So he makes $2,000. And you might think, wait, there's still expenses and debt and maintenance and electricity bills and all that. You're right. So let's take 50% away. So that leaves him at $1,000 per month, purely on the rental revenue. Okay? So he's at 12. And it's the same universe, so he's still making the other one, which is 6,000. All right? So that's a total of $18,000 year one. The S&P is already beat. It's done. It's over. And how can he ever catch up? All right. Now imagine he invests part of it on another place. So he gets another 200K. Boom, minus 10,000. Okay. That leaves him at 8,000. But now he's earning 2,500 per month, which is 30,000. All right, so that's 38,000 total. Now let's say the next time he wants to buy a place, the bank says, whoa, you cannot get any more places for 5% down payment. It's starting to look like you're running a business. It's starting to look like this, is starting to look like that, whatever. Now you need to pay 25%, or maybe you need to buy a summer house because then you can sneak it in that way. Right, there's many ways of doing it. Or you could start a company. I promise you, if he gets this third place and he stays there and he invests the rest in the S&P, the 10% here, and he decides that's it, 1, 2, 3, I'm out, done, finito, then he will be 10 times richer here in total than it will be here. I promise you. And I will show you right now on the computer. Okay, guys. So look at this. Like we mentioned before, $6,000 per year, and he invested all in the S&P. The end balance here after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 30 years will be 1.2 million. And now here's the hybrid strategy, like I illustrated for you. He gets one place, he gets a second place. This time he pays 25%. And then obviously he will not only earn 1,000, he will earn a little bit more because the interest and the debt is now lower because of his higher down payment. So he'll earn a little bit more, but let's see where that leaves him. Because you also have to take into consideration the rental equity and the property value, which will also increase yearly. And we just took the average. You know, last year I was lucky. I bought a summer house and it's already 50% up. You can be extremely lucky when something like extremely lucky, like when something like the Iran wars happen and people stay more at home. But that's the wrong way of saying it. Anyway, look at this. The average is 4% for properties, which is a bad investment compared to the S&P. But that's not what we're looking at here. We're looking at the cash flow. And the cash flow is the one you invest in the S&P. And then look at this number. This is where you're at. Okay? So this is the number where you will be if you just do a couple, 1, 2, 3 years. Boom, boom, boom. And you know what? You see this and you might think, well, if you just use 3 years and you get such an exponential amount of growth and 10 times X the number that you would otherwise have, why don't you just continue doing that? You might think. Exactly. That's exactly the point here. I hope you get something out of this. If not, some will do, some will leave it. You know, so you can give some people all the good advice in the world and they still don't want to take it. So there's also a reason why it's only around 4% of the world who of the people who are entrepreneurs. It's because they have the capability to think outside the box. So for me, it's all right. If you don't want to buy and invest and rent out, for me, it's completely cool. Go have your holidays, rent out on Airbnb. I'm going to be the one renting. All right, so you now saw how you can make 10 times more money just with some simple, early, smart investments. Okay? But now I want to give you another example. Okay? It's the same scenario. He's making the same amount of money. It's the same beginnings. And he does the same thing here where he invests in a 5% down payment. But now let's build it a little bit different, okay? Boom, 200K, 5%. We're looking at 1.5, and here we're looking at 500, right? Because he gets the cash flow. So the cash flow is all about the cash flow, okay? Now think about it in a different way. Maybe it's not all about saving money. What a crazy idea. It's not all about money. You're completely right. But if you want your freedom, if you want to follow your dreams, your passion projects, your side gig, whatever it is, which one do you think will give you more freedom? If you scale this to 2, 3 cash flow, and then you can delete the 5, so we're just at 3, you know, and then there's no work being done. He still has to work for his 500 after year 1, 2, 3. I mean, it cannot be more black and white. If you want your freedom, do something smart. If you want something that will grow slowly, do something less smart. It's still smart, I guess, compared to just having it in the bank. But Jesus Christ, I mean, just rent it out. Just do a little bit of work. If you just put your mind into it a little bit and you learn how to do it, this one will give you infinitely more freedom. And then you can do whatever you want to do. Okay? And if you still don't know how to do it, consider joining the course. I will teach you every step of the way. Contact me personally. If you still don't believe me, we can have a meeting. You don't have to pay anything. contact me. I will teach you how to get the first place, okay? You will do everything. It requires just a little bit of work and consistency, right? Because it's all about this one, okay? If you can convince the bank, and how do you convince the bank? By working hard. Come on. Show them something and they will give you something. Ask and you will receive. But mean it and you will get it. So, yeah, that's it.